I'm Rizal and welcome to the new episode of NEU Spotlight. Para sa episode na ito ay ibabahagi po namin ang ilang mga kaganapan sa ating universidad sa nakaraang Hunyo hanggang Agosto, kasama mga special feature na inihanda ng hudyat, ang official student publication ng NEU University. Para sa events on Spotlight, International Webinar na Rizal at 160, Inilunsad ng Pamantasan. Webinar tungkol sa copyright and fair use sa digital learning, inilunsad ng Library Department. Kauna-unahang Russian Studies Center sa Pilipinas, binuksan ng New Era University. At webinar on peace building in ASEAN, inilunsad ng NEU-SOIR. Bisitahin natin ang nagagandahang beaches sa Negros Occidental sa off-campus. Ang classic film na Roman Holiday, Isang Trip to the Past, itatampok sa panoorin at NEU. Para naman sa top notch, kilalanin natin ang Mr. and Miss NEU 2020. Sa top notch pa rin, EUWhiz 2021, matagumpay na nilahukan ng mga delegado mula sa NEU. International Webinar na Rizal at 160, inilunsad ng Pamantasan. Alamin ang kabuuang detalye ng balita na ihahatid sa atin ni Biyaya Cantor.
Kaugnay ng paggunita sa ika-160 na kaarawan ni Dr. Jose Rizal noong ika-19 ng Hunyo, pinangunahan ng hudyat sa pakikipagtulungan ng College of Arts and Sciences, College of Education, at ng bagong tatag na Center for Philippine Studies, ang international webinar na Rizal at 160 na may temang Paggunita at Pagsasakabuluhan, isang paglingon at pag-alaala sa pamana ni Jose Rizal noong ika-21 at 22 ng Hunyo, taong kasalukuyan. Ang aktibidad na ito ay isinulong din ng National Historical Commission of the Philippines o NHCP. Ayon kay Dr. Rene R. Escalante, chairman ng NHCP, ang layunin na nasabing webinar ay upang
ilapit si Rizal sa madla, hindi lamang sa mga kabataan, kundi sa mga tao maaaring pinag-aaralan na siya sa paaralan, ngunit nangangailangan ng pagbabalik tanaw o refresher.
Mga historiador at mga eskolar mula sa iba't ibang mga pamantasan ang nagsilbing mga tagapagsalita at reaktor sa iba't ibang mga paksa. Para sa unang araw na nasabing webinar, ang mga paksang itinalakay ay Rizal laban sa fake news, ang pagtutuwid ni Rizal sa mga kaisipang pinalalaganap ng mga Kastila, pagbabalik tanaw sa Rizal Law, ang pagsasakaysaysayan ng Batas Rizal, RA 1425 ng 1956 sa anino ni Jose P. Laurel at Claro M. Recto, at si Jose Rizal sa mata ng Dunya Melayu, ilang mga tala tungkol sa mga kontemporaryong pagtingin tungkol kay Rizal mula sa Indonesia. At para sa ikalawang araw, ang mga paksang itinalakay ay mga lansangan at monumento, ang paggunita kay Rizal sa pampublikong espasyo, ang lipunan sa mata ng isang magagamot, ang sosyolohiya ni Rizal, at bagani, si Rizal sa makabagong panahon. Sa kanyang paunang pananalita, binigyang diin naman ni Dr. Nilo Rosas, NEU President na
napapanahon na magunita na ang pagmamahal sa sariling atin, ang susi tungo sa pag-unlad at tunay na kalayaan. Nawa ang talakayang ito sa pamamagitan ng makabagong teknolohiya ay magiging makabuluhan sa ating lahat.
Naging makabuluhan ng aktibidad na ito hindi lamang sa paggunita ng ika-160 na kaarawan ng ating pambansang bayani, kundi nagsilbi itong pag-alaala sa mga naging ambag ni Dr. Jose Rizal na siya nawang nag-udyok ng ating pagiging makabayang Pilipino. Ako po si Biyaya Cantor para sa NEU Spotlight.
Webinar tungkol sa copyright and fair use sa digital learning, inilunsad ng Library Department. Ito ang ibabalita sa atin ni Corinne Manalata.
Sa panahon natin ngayon, napakadali na ng pagkalap ng impormasyon sa pamamagitan ng internet. Ngunit sa pagkalap natin ng impormasyon, ano ang limitasyon? Ano ang ating obligasyon? Ito ang tinalakay sa isang webinar na pinamagatang Copyright and Fair Use in Digital Learning, a Reference for Students and Faculty nitong ika-25 ng Hunyo taong kasalukuyan. Ang nasabing webinar ay pinangunahan ng New Era University Library Department via Zoom and YouTube Live. Ayon kay Attorney Serafin Cuevas Jr., University Legal Counsel at Vice President for Legal and External Affairs, makatutulong ang webinar na ito upang maiwasan ang panganib ng intellectual property rights.
Will eventually aid and guide us from avoiding the pitfalls concerning intellectual property rights. Hence, webinars as what we will be listening to will be of significant importance to us in the academic community, whether as an educator or as a learner, that is, whether as a faculty or a student.
Ibinahagi naman ni Attorney Jonathan Perez, ang resource speaker para sa webinar, ang mga halimbawa ng copyright-protected works tulad ng original works at derivative works. Ibinahagi din ni Attorney Perez ang general rule para sa copyright ownership.
The general rule is that the author owns the copyright to his work, but there are exceptions.
Upang maiwasan ang common mistakes tulad ng copyright infringement o plagiarism sa pagkalap ng impormasyon sa digital learning, ipinapayo niya,
Don't forget to cite kasi yung citation will be your attribution. Yun na yung hinihingi ng pagkakataon na kailangan mong i-attribute yung pangalan, kailangan mong i-cite yung source, and that will spare you from being regarded as a plagiarist. Or minsan baka copyright infringement pa po yun.
Ayon kay Attorney Perez, magsisilbing paalala ang webinar na ito upang maging maingat ang lahat sa pagkalap ng impormasyon.
The webinar is a reminder of the need for us to be mindful of our obligations when using copyrightable works. So, laging dapat nating itanong sa sarili, am I committing copyright infringement? Do I need to consult or get permission from the authors or the creators of the work? If I don't have time to do that, is my use permissible? Is it fair use? So yun po yung naging talakayan kanina, and sana nakatulong po dun sa mga estudyante, sa faculty at sa buong academy in general, buong NEU community in general.
Ngayong new normal, inaasahan na malaki ang maitutulong sa mga estudyante at faculty ang paksang tinalakay ukol sa copyright and fair use. Ako po si Corinne Manalata para sa NEU Spotlight.
Kauna-unahang Russian Studies Center sa Pilipinas, binuksan ng New Era University. Narito ang kabuang balita na ihahalid ni Leia Julian.
On June 4th of 2021, the Russian Studies Center has been formally inaugurated through a virtual meeting conducted by the New Era University School of International Relations. This was done to strengthen the cultural and educational ties between the Philippines and Russia. The Russian Studies Center seeks to promote understanding of Russia, from its geography and history to its language and culture, science and technology, and international affairs. The NEU-SOIR Russian Studies Center is the first Russian Studies Center here in the Philippines. With the assistance of the Russian Embassy and the Moscow Institute of International Relations, New Era University's Russian Studies Center offers short-term courses in Russian history, geography, technology, and how Filipinos can engage in business and be able to study in Russia. Among those who were present was the Honorable Philippine Ambassador to Russia, His Excellency Carlos Serreta, and Russian Ambassador to the Philippines, His Excellency Marat Pavlov. After the successful launching of the Russian Studies Center, here is what Dr. Carlos Tabunda Jr. has to say for the future plans and quality education for the School of International Relations.
We are optimistic that once this pandemic is over, we can proceed with our plans to really have more exchanges. And actually, it's not just online exchanges, but giving scholarship opportunities for students of NEU University in Russia is really part of the plan. But of course, there's a greater challenge if you want to study in Russia. You have to learn the Russian language first. And normally it takes 1 year for a student to really have the capacity to enroll in Russian higher education institutes. So hopefully our students will learn from them.
The establishment of the Russian Studies Center opens the door for the NEU community to enhance their academic understanding of Russia and to strengthen the academic collaborations with Russian universities and institutions. According to Dr. Ekaterina Koldunova, the acting director of the MGI-MO ASEAN Center, Filipinos will now have a chance to open a window to a country which will not fall short of astonishing discoveries, to inquisitive minds ready to break stereotypes and unveil a whole new world of Russian history, language, culture, business, and science. This is Leah Julian for NEU Spotlight.
Webinar on Peace Building in ASEAN, inilunsad ng NEU-SOIR. Ito ang ibabahagi sa atin ni Ailu Kitoriano.
Isinagawa ng New Era University sa pangunguna ng School of International Relations ang isang webinar na pinamagatang Peace Building in ASEAN, kung saan tinalakay ang evolution of peace building. Ang research speaker ay si Dr. Dalia Simangan, Associate Professor mula sa Hiroshima University Graduate School of Humanities and Social Sciences at co-founder and executive director ng Peace Perspectives, isang non-profit international organization na naglalayong makapagtaguyod ng inclusive and lasting peace. Sa simula ng kanyang presentasyon, ipinaliwanag ni Dr. Simangan ang ilang terms kabilang na ang peacemaking, peacekeeping, peace enforcement at peace building at kung ano nga ba ang layunin ng bawat isa.
So in peacemaking, conflict resolution doesn't necessarily involve UN presence. But here, in peacekeeping, the UN deploys military, police, or civilian personnel in the field to keep the peace that was created.
Matapos nito ay kanya nang tinalakay ang evolution ng peace building in theory at ano nga ba ang naging kontribusyon at ginawang operasyon ng ASEAN tungkol dito.
I want us to go back to this a slide on the definition of peace building, and here I highlighted some words: rule of law, human rights, democratic development, electoral assistance, free media. And you will notice that these words describe a liberal state. And it's quite clear that the peace-building approach supported and implemented by the UN is one that aims to transform a post-conflict or conflict-affected society into a liberal state. In other words, peace-building is a liberal project.
Tinalakay din ni Dr. Simangan ang peace building sa Cambodia kung saan binigyang diin niya ang mine action bilang isang form ng post-conflict reconciliation o traditional justice.
Mine action clears the visible remnants of war, and transitional justice clears doubts and fears that the same war or conflict may happen again, or at least will never go unpunished. And mine action also is a form of post-conflict reconciliation, or as I mentioned, it's a form of transitional justice as well.
Binigyang diin ng resource speaker ang kahalagahan ng kontribusyon natin dito sa peace building bilang miyembro ng ASEAN. International peace building is an international effort. It actually started from international effort, but of course, local efforts are very much important to the success of peace building. Ani Dr. Dalia Simangan. Ako si Ailu Kitoriano. para sa NEU Spotlight.
Para sa off-campus, ilang magagandang beaches ng Negros Occidental itatampok sa atin ni Cheska Camille Padriquela.
Hello po sa inyong lahat! Tara na at samahan niyo po ako sa aking biyahe dito po sa Negros Occidental. Ang islang ito ay mayaman sa anyong tubig at syempre, ang mga nagagandahang dalampasigan. Halika! Ipapasyal ko kayo sa isa sa mga white sand beaches ng Negros Occidental. Ang Negros Occidental ay isang probinsya dito sa Western Visayas na bahagi ng Negros Island. Let me introduce you to one of the wonders of Negros Island, Sipalay City. Sipalay, the erstwhile mining town in Negros Occidental, has evolved into a popular tourist destination. Despite its forests and mountains stripped due to copper quarrying, it remains achingly beautiful, thanks to the tropical islands here, lapped by parakeet and colored sea. Sipalay City is located south of Negros Occidental. It can be reached by bus for approximately 4 to 5 hours, and private vehicles for about 3 to 4 hours from Bacolod City. At ngayon po, naririto ako sa Kabangkalan City, which is about 89 kilometers po south of Bacolod City. Kaya mabilis na lamang ang biyahe natin ngayon papuntang Sipalay. During the Spanish era, Chinese merchants came here to barter their wares with staple food, particularly rice, which was commonly called by the settlers as paray. Due to the difficulty of pronouncing the letter R, it was changed to palay and later on called Sipalay. The name Sipalay was coined from the words si palay, which means there is rice. May mga pagkakataon na gusto nating magpahinga, have a breath of fresh air and indulge your eyes in a fascinating view. Halina at samahan niyo ako, mag-relax tayo sa open beach ng Sipalay City. The public beach, or also known as Poblacion Beach here in Sipalay City, stretches about 3 to 4 kilometers. At ito po ay bukas sa public at wala pong bayad ang maligo dito. But of course, always remember to take care of our environment. At ngayon po, let's go to our next destination. At ngayon po, naririto ako sa ating next destination, which is ang Bugana Beach Resort. The view from this resort is very nice and truly relaxing to our eyes. Not only na may magandang view, meron din silang swimming pool para sa ating mga kids at para sa mga ayaw pumaligo sa ating beach. Marami po silang activities na meron dito sa ating beach resort. Meron po silang diving, kayaking, island hopping, and other action-filled experiences. It is truly such a wonder dito po sa Bugana Beach and Dive Resort. Sipalay City is truly such a wonder at ang pinakita ko po sa inyo ay kakaunti pa lamang ng pwede puntahan dito sa Negros Occidental. Basta pag pumunta po kayo dito, isama niyo po ako ha, and we could travel together. Pagkatapos ng pandemya, kung gusto ninyong mamasyal dito sa Sipalay, ay surely po magiging sulit na sulit ang inyong trip dito sa Negros Occidental. Maraming benepisyo ang pagta-travel. We get to experience a lot from traveling. We get to broaden our horizons, learn new culture, and appreciate our environment. But of course, always remember to take care of our surroundings. As the saying goes, take only pictures, leave only footprints, and kill nothing but time. Sana po ay nag-enjoy kayo sa ating paglalakbay, and I hope na makasama ko po ulit kayo sa another adventure as we travel off campus.
Para sa panoorin at NEU, classic movie na pinagbibidahan ni Audrey Hepburn, tatalakayin sa atin ni Alaina Monique Santos.
Hi everyone, and welcome to another movie review here on NEU Spotlight. So the movie that we'll be featuring today is the debut film of one of the most iconic actresses of all time, and my personal favorite, Audrey Hepburn. Most of you will probably recognize her from the very famous movie Breakfast at Tiffany's, or maybe even Sabrina, or My Fair Lady. But let's take a look at the film that first brought her into Hollywood's spotlight. Roman Holiday.
Rome. By all means, Rome.
Roman Holiday was released in 1953 and was filmed in Rome, Italy for the film's entirety. The movie begins with Audrey Hepburn as Princess Anne, a royal figure from an unmentioned country, and she's on a tour across Europe. In the first moments of the film, she's portrayed as this elegant and graceful princess. However, we quickly learn that she's actually quite quirky, just like a normal person. Princess Anne, bored and tired of the busy schedules and formalities that come along with her diplomatic duties, decides to sneak away from her luxurious confinement and explore the beautiful city of Rome, where she meets Joe Bradley, an American news reporter who tags along for her little adventure in hopes to get a story out of it. Since she is a princess who spent the majority of her life within royal institutes, she is completely unaware of how the outside world works. It's cute to watch her clumsily navigating through the city and even causing a little bit of mischief along the way. We catch glimpses of the stereotypical Italian tourist activities like visiting the Trevi Fountain, eating gelato, and riding on a Vespa. This movie has a special place in my heart, for it's the very start of my favorite actress, Audrey Hepburn's career in Hollywood. I really believe that her performance in this film is what led her to become so successful. Her acting was natural and never stiff. She made you laugh with her and cry with her. And of course, as a lover of fashion, I can't forget to mention the gorgeous costume design. I have such a soft spot for the style in Roman Holiday, and I especially love the gowns that Audrey Hepburn wore as Princess Anne. Although the movie is nearing, 70 years now, it never gets old. The movie is originally in black and white, but the story itself is light, colorful, and refreshing, just as it was when it first came out. It's definitely one of those feel-good movies that you can always turn back to, regardless of your age. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little trip to the past. Thank you for watching this month's movie review. This has been Alina Monique Santos for NEU Spotlight.
Para naman sa Top Notch, ipakikilala sa atin ni Larin Lopez ang Mr. and Miss NEU 2020.
Matagumpay na nakamit ng College of Communication at School of International Relations ang korona at titulo bilang Mr. and Miss NEU 2020 sa isinagawang coronation night kasabay ng NEU Fair 2020 awarding ceremony noong May 31, 2021 sa pamamagitan ng YouTube live streaming. Ang nasabing pageant ay nilahukan ng mga representatives ng iba't ibang colleges at department ng pamantasan, kung saan kabilang sa mga lumahok ang College of Accountancy, College of Arts and Sciences, College of Business Administration, College of Communication, College of Computer Science, College of Education, College of Music, College of Respiratory Therapy, College of Physical Therapy, Senior High School Department at School of International Relations. Isinagawa ang Mr. and Miss NEU 2020 upang ipakita ng mga lumahok ang kanilang natatanging advokasya at talento. Gayon din ang talas na pag-iisip sa pagsagot ng iba't ibang mga katanungan. Nagbigay ng panayam sila Christian Angelo de la Cruz at Lea Liza Julian, ang nagwagi bilang Mr. and Miss NEU 2020, kung saan ay kanilang ibinahagi ang kani-kanilang advokasya na itinampok sa nasabing paligsahan.
Hi, my name is Christian Angelo de la Cruz and I'm from the College of Communication. My advocacy is about physical fitness and I plan to implement it by doing videos or webinar to discuss about the important information that we need as we start our fitness journey. And I am no professional in this matter, but there's always the internet as our guide, and all my knowledge came from my research as I continue to pursue my fitness journey. We'll begin with the basic exercises first, and as we progress, we will add more challenging exercise that has more benefits as well.
Thank you very much. My name is Leah Lisa Julian. I am from the School of International Relations, and my advocacy is about patriotism. It's about enriching the love for our country. And my plans as I reign as Miss NEU is that I would like to create a bond within the NEU community to have webinars or even just a virtual hangout place for us to just talk about patriotism, about seeing the positive aspects that we have as Filipinos and how we can improve all the more our pagiging makabayan. I feel very confident and well supported because of my fellow candidates. Our Miss Academic 2020, Katharina Vargas, has always been there to support me and promised that she will always be there with me. And so I'm very fortunate to have really nice people around me. My long-term goal is to see God-fearing students from New Era University succeeding in their studies, possessing the disciplines and the faith and the courage to become the pride of our nation. I visualize students who are more loving to our country, demonstrating all the more Filipino values and upholding the Christian culture.
Bukod sa titulong Mr. and Miss NEU 2020, ay mayroong nakamit na mga gawad o awards ang iba pang mga lumahok sa nasabing pageant. Para sa minor awards, mayroon ang Best in Advocacy, Best in Talent, Mr. and Miss Photogenic, Mr. and Miss Congeniality, at ang People's Choice Awards. Para naman sa major awards ay mayroon ang Mr. and Miss Academics, Mr. and Miss Tagis Lakas, second runner-up at first runner-up. Ayon sa isang panayam sa Central Student Council, ang event organizers para sa NEU Fair 2020 hindi naging madali ang pagsasaayos at paghahanda ng nasabing aktibidad. Gayunpaman, idinagdag nila na dapat abangan ng mga mag-aaral ang mga panibagong events na idaragdag para sa taunang University Fair para sa susunod na taon. At iyon ang isa sa tampok na balita para sa Top Notch. Ako po si Larin Lopez para sa NEU Spotlight.
Sa top notch pa rin mga delegado ng NEU sa EUWhiz 2021, nagkamit ng award. Ang kabuuang balita ay yahatid ni Paula Drillo.
Sa kauna-unahang pagkakataon, dilahukan ng mga piling NEU students ang isinagawang EUWhiz Filipino Youth of the Future mula May hanggang June 2021, na kung saan nagkamit sila ng mga parangal.
Ang EUWhiz ay isang annual intercollegiate event na inilunsad ng European Union Delegation to the Philippines noong 2006. Layunin nito ay ang pag-showcase ng mga talento ng mga kabataang Pilipino at maipromote ang understanding nila sa EU at EU to Philippine relations.
Sa kauna-unahang pagkakataon, ito ay gagawin virtually dahil sa pandemic.
Ang event ay binubuo ng 3 competitions: online trivia competition, digital art competition, at video competition. Bagamat unang beses pa lamang sumali ng NEU sa nasabing event, hindi naman nagpatinag ang ating mga representatives sa mga sinalihan nilang competition. Nagwagi bilang second runner-up sa digital art competition ang entry na Beam of Hope ng Team Delta na binubuo ni Meryl Joyce T. Dirain, Rizal Lawrence P. Policarpio, at Mark William A. Fabro mula sa College of Engineering and Architecture. Finalist naman ang entry na Green World ng Team Monarch na binubuo ni Sander Bolano, Clisel Bulios at Ronalyn de la Peña mula pa rin sa College of Engineering and Architecture. Ibinahagi ni Meryl Joyce Dirain, team captain at main artist ng Team Delta, ang kanilang naging paghahanda sa pagsali sa nasabing competition.
So yung preparation namin sobrang limited and very fast-paced kasi mabilis ang design talaga. Well, ganun din kasi ang training sa amin sa architecture, kailangan mabilis ka mag-isip. So ayun nga. So, kailangan decisive kami sa concept namin. And we didn't really expect anything out of this competition kasi isipin mo, national setting siya. ang dami naming kalaban. Yung iniisip na lang namin, wag na lang nating isipin yung kalaban, basta mag-enjoy na lang tayo.
Ipinaliwanag niya rin ang kanilang naging idea na kung saan pinagbasehan ang kanilang winning artwork na Beam of Hope.
Iniisip ko, ang gusto namin iparating is, we always take nature for granted. Na, like, at this point, we don't really appreciate it until it's gone. So, ganun yung gusto namin iparating. The artwork is a warning. Like, we wanted to make a statement through our artwork na there is no advancement in anything if ecology collapses. Like, okay, we can adapt, yes, but this can be prevented if we cared enough in the first place.
Sa huli, ibinahagi niya ang kanilang naging experience na i-represent ang ating university sa competition at sa pagkamit ng second runner-up award.
This reaction, wow! As in, that was the reaction. We just wanted to create. Hindi namin in-expect na manalalo. After talaga after nung awarding, sabi ko, kanya-kanyang panalangin. Sabi ko, salamat po. Sobrang thankful na yung hard work namin na-recognize. Sabi ko na lang sa kanila at iniisip ko rin, hindi tayo yung nanalo, yung ira yung nanalo. Diba? Hindi para sa atin yun, para sa pamantasan yun. Kung kinasangkapan man tayo para may angat yung pangalan ng school, magpasalamat na lang tayo. Ay, yun na lang sinasabi namin na.
Samantala, pagdating sa online trivia competition, out of 169 teams, nakapasok sa top 10 finalists, sina Erja Zaratan, Alexandra Velasquez, at Hans Nash Abrigo na pawang mga freshman students mula sa School of International Relations.
Congratulations sa mga kapwa kong estudyante na sumali at nagdalang muli ng parangal sa ating university. We are all very proud of you po. At dyan nagtatapos ang aking top-notch report. Ako po si Paul Ladrillo para sa NEU Spotlight.
At yan po ang mga kaganapan sa ating universidad. Salamat po sa inyong pagsubaybay. Siguraduhin na kayo po ay naka-like, naka-subscribe, at naka-on ang notification bell para manatili kayong updated sa mga episode at iba pang mga programang inilunsad ng Hudyat. Muli, ako po si Maurice Ann Franco at ito ang NEU Spotlight.